we'll get started on our child's pose today. So find child's pose on your mat. Let the knees be as wide as feels comfortable. Send the hips back, or the heels back towards your hips back towards your heels. Walk your fingers long, find length in the spine, length through the arms. We're going to take a minute or two to settle into our practice here, child's pose. Kind of taking the energy from the day and the weekend, bringing it inwards, releasing all those distractions. We'll begin our giant breathing, so softly close the lips in and inhale and exhale through the nose. Try to lengthen those inhales and exhales. Keep practicing your ujjayi breathing as I read this short message from the Power of Now. It is about how to connect with our inner being. It reads, being is the eternal, ever-present, one life beyond the myriad forms of life that are subject to birth and death. However, being is not only beyond, but also deep within every form as its innermost invisible and indestructible essence. This means that it is accessible to you now as your own deepest self, your true nature. But do not seek to grasp it with your mind. Don't try to understand it. You can know it only when the mind is still, when you are present, fully and intensely in the now. To regain awareness of being and to abide in that state of feeling realization is enlightenment. We'll walk both hands over to the right, side body stretch and child pose. Reach through the left fingertips, sink the weight back into that left hip. As we move through transitions and yoga poses, we tend to, that's great, sorry. We tend to get distracted out of the poses, the thoughts come. So our practice today is staying in the now. Walk your hands through over to the left. Reach through the left fingertips and go back into the right hip. Stay with our being. And even bringing it off the mat with us. Then come back to center, push up to tabletop, lifting the hips. And you'll move into cat-cow, starting off practice today, warming up the spine. Inhale to drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, arch the spine with the head hanging heavy. Take cat-cow at your own pace. Maybe even closing those eyes, taking this time to tune in still. Just using your inhales and exhales to guide you. It doesn't have to look any one way. And then take the hands a little bit wider in front of where they are right now. Take that into hip circles. So we're adding more movement, some wider movement here. Still warming up the spine. Go both directions with the hip circles. All right, coming back to tabletop, and then we're going to press up onto the knees. So finding a gate pose here, let the knees be hips width distance. We'll bring our right hand down to the side of the mat. Inhale, shoot the left hand up to the sky. Our Sorry, your right leg, your left leg's out. I knew I was missing something there. Left leg out, reach through the left fingertips. And then inhale, lift the core through center, left hand down the left leg. Now the right hand reaches up to the sky, expanding through those right ribs. And then bringing it back to center, we'll switch out the legs. So let the right leg go out to the side, long right leg. Left hand down to the side of your mat, and right hand reaches up and over. Finding tons of length in the pose, right hand to right fingertips. And then inhaling through center, over to the other side. Right hand down, left hand up. Open those rib cages, the ribs, fill your lungs. And then back to center. We're going to come into a little bit of back bend, not coming to full camel pose, unless that's in your practice today. But you'll take your hands to your low back, either fist or fingers face up, whatever is most comfortable. Inhale, look up, open the chest, pull your shoulders back, begin to lean the weight back. Still lifting through the chest. You can let the throat open for a small camel's pose. And then inhaling back to center. Let's drop down onto those shins. Bring your inner legs together here. And then we'll take our fingertips, press the hands into the mat, fingers face forward. Inhale, lift the hips. Again, opening to the front of your shoulders, opening the chest. And then exhale, release. All right, we're gonna come onto our sit bones. And we'll move into boat pose here, to the core. So, boat pose, zip those legs together. When you're ready to lift the heels, be strong. Core, lifting up the chest, hands by your palms facing together. This is our exhale. Inhale, find length, spine to the floor. Exhale, back to boat pose. Inhale, find length, let the spine come down, the entire length of the spine, exhale back. You move at your own pace. Slow pull is harder than using momentum to lift you back up. That's perfectly okay. But try to go slow and controlled. Try to use every breath. Keep going, a few more. Feel the heat coming from inside. All right, very last one. When you're in boat pose, we'll drop the left foot, grab the right foot with left hand. I was trying to figure out what's just the best way to face. Keep moving around. So with an inhale, kick through the right heel, lift the chest, pull the foot over to the left. Inhale your right hand up to the sky and let it fall behind you. Opening up the outside of your right leg. Let the gaze follow the right shoulder. And then coming back to center, release the right foot. We'll grab the left foot now with the right hand. Same thing, inhale to kick through the left foot, feeling that energy flow out, long through the spine. Inhale, left foot goes kind of the side, hands behind you. You pull your left foot over to the right. You should feel that big stretch on the outside of the quad. Right heel bend. Keep the core engaged, gaze goes left. And release both feet to the mat. We'll take our legs together. We're going to come to scalp pose. So move the sit bones to closer to the mat by lifting kind of some of that meat out from underneath you. We'll be straight in both of our legs. Lift the heels. We're going to inhale to find length in the spine. Exhale, begin to hinge forward, coming into a forward fold. Hands can be on the mat, or maybe they reach for your toes. Inhale to find a little more length, and then exhale, let gravity pull you a little deeper. Chest towards your shins. Let the head relax. Keep your belly button pulling back towards the spine. And inhale, we'll come up. We are going to come into butterfly pose, so take the insides of the feet together. Let the knees fall out, whatever feels comfortable. Couple options here, heels closer to the body or heels farther away from the body. Give yourself a little inside of the foot rub. And then again, we inhale to find length. And exhale, begin to hinge at the hips. So let the movement start low, and then as you're forward folding, eventually the spine might round a little bit as you reach towards the floor. Find release in the low back and the insides of your legs, your butterfly. Keep your breath. And then inhale, lifting up back to center. We're gonna keep the right foot in, but stick the right leg out 45 degrees straight into that right leg. Keep your left heel close to the body. We're gonna get into low back one side at a time. So we've been forward folding. We're gonna do the same thing. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold, but bring your right shin over to the right as you come down this time. Open the low back on the left side. Yes, inhale, reach up with the left arm, add some lift, add some length. Feel that low back open up. All right, release through center. Let's keep that left leg out 45 degrees. Bring that right heel back into the body. Same pose other side. When you're nice and even through your sit bones, inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, bow forward, left forearm sweeps over to left shin. Open the chest to the side. Inhale, right hand up over. Feel the expansion of the ribcage, the obliques. Let the gaze be wherever is comfortable. Beautiful job. We'll come back to center. We're going to roll over those knees, or however you need to make your way back through tabletop. Meeting back and take both of our toes on an exhale. Lift the hips high to the side and back. First down dog class. Settle the heels towards the mat. Taking 5 breaths to find your down dog. Spread the fingers wide. Press the surface area of the hand into the mat. Roll your shoulders in towards each other just a little. Let the gaze go back between the inside of the legs. We'll inhale, come up onto the balls of the feet, so just lifting the heels. Exhale, we're going to send the hips back and then drop the heel. So trying to create more length in the back of our legs. All right, next exhale, look at the space between your hands, bend the knees, baby steps to the front of your mat. Baby steps, keep the hips really high, working the core. And then we meet in ragdoll pose. Bend the knees, the belly hang out on the thighs. Let your weight just rock and roll side to side here. Complete release of the neck and the spine. Just letting gravity do the work. Ragdoll pose. Shake out that head, yes. Shake out that head, no. Ending on a yes. Maybe it feels okay to straighten and do one thing at a time. See where the nail strings are at. All right, we'll roll up one vertebra at a time, coming all the way to standing, meeting in mountain pose. Okay, take a couple shoulder rolls up towards the ears, let the shoulders fall down the back. Again, roll the shoulders up towards the ears and let them go down the back. Letting the hands be by the sides for strong pose. Settling into standing, grounding through our feet, tall from the crown of the head. Next inhale, sweep the hands overhead. Exhale, lift up the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, plank pose. Step back, full plank. So press through those palms, which are right under the shoulders or a little bit in front of the shoulders. Holding plank here, working the core. And then for exercise today, we're going to do hip dips. So we drop the right hips over to the right, back to center. Left hips over to the left, back to center. Keep going, back and forth, getting into those obliques that we use and stretch out a lot in yoga. So keep going, or modification to full plank. Couple more, feel the obliques engaging here. Last one, and then back to center, lower down to your belly with a count of 8, 7, 6, triceps in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands under the shoulders, take the legs long. Keep the feet to the top of the mat. Now let the feet be a little bit wider than the hips when we're in cobra pose. So inhale, lift up first, cobra, hands off the mat, hands completely off the mat, lift through the chest. And exhale, release, chin to mat, take a rest. Tune into your breath. Next inhale, we'll come back to a cobra pose. Lift the chest, gazes forward. Use your hands this time. Grip the mat to pull you forward and push up, deeper back bend. And release, chin to mat. We're going to do one more, deepest palms here. Next, inhale, lift up, cobra pose. Maybe you can all the way to Sphinx pose, so you'd be on your forearms here. And if you like that deep back bend, pressing up onto the palms, you walk them closer to get deeper. Shoulders remain out of the ears. And release, press back to child's pose. Wiggle those hips back towards the heels, long through the spine. All right, body's warmed up, starting our yoga practice in this position. Maybe setting an intention or a dedication for your practice, for yourself, for another person. Softening the heart space, a little smile on the lips, sending that intention or dedication out. And we'll lift the hips, come through tabletop, making your way to down dog. And send those hips high to the sky, heels settle down to the earth. Make sure you feel nice and stable through the shoulders. All right, bring your big toes to touch in the center line of the mat. And then we'll inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, give it a tap, lift the knee to the armpit, and inhale, high to the sky. Second exhale, knee to chest, or drop the foot, pull it high, and inhale long. Third exhale, right knee, right elbow, lift it up into the armpit. Woo. Nice job, inhale high. We'll bend the right knee, take some hip circles, opening up the right hip. Bending the knee, flexing the toes back to the face, just protects the knee. And then stay here or go all the way to wild things. Flipping the dog if that's in your practice today. Inhale, lift the hips towards the sky, right hand up and over. Beautiful job, return to down dog with the right foot meet the left. Inhale through the nose, open mouth, exhale. Bring those big toes back to touch in the center line of the mat. Inhale, right foot high to the sky. Exhale, left knee, rest the wrong foot, second. Inhale, left foot high to the sky. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, the leg high. Second exhale, knee to chest, pull it super high. And inhale, the leg long. Third exhale, left knee, left elbow, give it a tap, pull it even higher up the arm. Inhale, the leg long, bend the knee, hip circles left side. Go both directions here. Feel the back of your leg opening up. And then wild thing, if that's in your practice today, let the left foot go all the way over to the right. Inhale, press those hips. Big opening. Reach into your three-legged down or down dog. Left foot meets the right. Nice job. We'll look out the space between our hands. Bottom of your exhale. Walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands down by the side. Inhale, sweep your hands back overhead. Exhale, and up the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. You can lower to cobra or chaturanga. You can inhale to your up dog or cobra. Cobra. Exhale through tabletop, back to down dog. So when we do chaturanga half push-up, you want to do your inhale for up dog, okay? But if you lower all the way to your belly, do an inhale cobra so you're safer below back. Always meeting us back and down dog. Inhale, right foot high to the sky. Exhale, we'll plant the foot, warrior one. Back foot out at an angle. Front toes forward, sweep the hands forward. Deep bending in front knee. We'll pull the right hip back into its socket. Try to keep those hips square to the front of the room. Relax the shoulders out of the ears. We'll exhale, drop the hands behind us. Hands or elbows, whatever your grasp is today. Inhale to open, lift up. Exhale, humble your warrior. Let the chest fall to the inside of the right thigh. Pull the hands up and over if you have the grip. Release your neck. Let the head hang heavy. Humble warrior, strong pose. Release the hands to the floor. We'll straighten into the leg for pyramid pose. So heel to heel alignment for pyramid. Both legs are straight. Inhale to find a little length in the chest. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Feel the big stretch on the back of your right leg. All right, inhale to lift the chest, revolve triangle. Left hand to the inside of the right foot, maybe you find a block. Inhale, sweep the right hand open towards those windows. Nice. Feel that activity opening back up on the leg. Lift the chest. Keep twisting. Beautiful job. Revolve half moon, so we're balancing out. Left heel kicks to the sky. Left hand land in front of the right foot. Your right hand stayed where it was. Beautiful. Grounding for that right foot. You got it. All right, drop back, foot down, working all the way to warrior two. Cartwheel those hands. Nice big cartwheel. Left hand back, right hand forward. Keep the deep bend in the front knee. Warrior two legs. The back toes are a little more open than they were for warrior one. Deep bend in that front knee. We'll inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears, and exhale, let them settle down the back. We want to remain in the shoulder out of the ear position. We'll exhale, extended side angle, left or right elbow, right kneecap, left hand reaches up and over. Strong core here. Keep those on warrior two legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left hand down, right hand high to the sky. And then coming to center for our wide-legged forward fold. Hands can be on the hips or hands can be out to the side. Inhale, find length, we'll pigeon our toes in. And exhale, forward fold for wide-legged forward fold. So let the toes be in closer than the heels. Micro bend in the back of the legs. Release that head, a nice pose to shake it out again. Let gravity do the work. Pull your belly button up to the spine. This is a really nice pose to do a bit of just release. Let gravity try and pull your head closer to the floor. Maybe you grip onto the mat underneath you to pull. Nice job. Walk back to the front of your mat with the hands, framing your right foot, and then take it through chaturanga vinyasa or skipping knee and down dog. Use your breath to guide you back to down dog. I'll always meet you there, but don't rush it. Finding our down dog. All right, inhale, left foot high to the sky. Exhale, plant the foot, open up, warrior one. Same thing, other side. Sweep those hands forward. Back toes out at an angle. Make sure you can pull your left hip back into its socket so your hips are square to the front of the room. Relax the shoulders. And then exhale, drop the hands behind you. Take your grasp for today's class, wherever your shoulders are at. Inhale, open the chest, gaze goes up. Exhale, humble your warrior. Try to keep those strong warrior one legs as the chest falls to the inside of your left thigh. Release your head completely, so no tension in your neck, let the head be heavy. If you need to adjust the back foot so you feel stable, do so. You don't want to get off balance when the warrior is hard enough. Drop the hands to the mat, setting up for pyramid pose. Your back heel might shorten its stance a little bit. We're heel to heel alignment for pyramid. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold over your left foot, pyramid pose. Where's your breathing at? Have you been using that strong ujjayi breath? When we're forward folding, we want to pull the belly button up towards the back of towards the spine. All right, we'll inhale, lift the chest, revolve, triangle, other side. So maybe you have a block on your right hand. Inhale, sweep the hand open to the Om side wall. Feel the IT band on the left leg. Twist through the spine, through the core, gazes up. All right, balancing pose, revolved half moon. Right hand lands in front of the left toes. Right heel lifts to the back of the room. Nice job. Lift through the core, ground through the left foot. We transition all the way to warrior two. Try to take this slow and controlled. Back foot lands. Cartwheel the arms. Right hand back, left hand forward. Deep bend in that front knee. Feel like your hips are open but at the same time pulling up through the low belly. Inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears, and then exhale, settle them back down. Try to keep them here. Exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow, left kneecap, right leg reaches up and over. Your one long line on that right side body. Use the core. Inhale, revolve, or reverse warrior. Left hand up, right hand goes down the leg and wraps around the low back. And then we come back to for our second wide-legged forward fold. So we're standing. You can take your hands to the hips, or if you want more core work, hands will be out to the side. Inhale, find length. When you're ready, exhale, fold forward. Hinging at the hips. Try to keep the spine straight as long as you can. Eventually letting the hands come to the floor. Taking a different variation of wide-legged forward fold here. Maybe using your arm strength, grabbing the outer calves. That can help you pull your head a little closer to the mat. Maybe shaking out the head if you want a little release through the neck. Maybe rolling the weight to the balls of the feet, playing with that. Practicing that inversion feeling. All right, nice job. We'll inhale to lift the chest, and we're just going to come to crow pose here. We're going to play around for a little bit. So just bring, I guess you can all face in front of the mat. You can face each other. But we're going to start in a yogi squat. Yep, so bring your hips. Some yogi squats are very different, but just like wherever your hips kind of land when you're just hopping around, that's going to be where you want to squat down. Let it be natural, yeah. Don't try and make it look any one way. So we start with the yogi squat, and then from here, we bring the feet in a little bit more to the hips width distance, allowing the back of the arms to get those knees, or the outside of the triceps if that's your crow pose. Crane pose, crow pose. I like crane because it creates a nice jump. We will move the weight forward, lifting the heels so that the weight can, or the hands can meet the mat. Okay, so our arms are glued to the knees. Move the weight forward into the hands and lift one foot off the mat at a time. Unless you know what your crow pose is at, feel free. If we're practicing crow, we'll start by just lifting one foot off the mat at a time. Now, if you want a modification and you have both feet in the air, try crisscrossing the feet, one over the other, while you're in crow pose. Pull your belly button up to the spine. You're lifting super tall through your core in crow pose. Beautiful, Lee. Beautiful, Jen. Beautiful. Nice. You'll know if you need to find a new shelf if your elbow keeps slipping off to the side. Yeah. All right, make your way back through. You can take a full chaturanga or skip it. We'll meet in down dog. Exhale, some nice hips up to the sky. We're gonna move into lizard pose, open the hips, so we'll inhale right leg high to the sky. Exhale, let the right foot land on the outside of your right pinky finger. Let the back knee drop and roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Lizard pose looks a lot of different ways, so you can keep your chest supported by placing those hands into the mat. Or if you're ready, lowering down onto your forearms. Breathe into those hips. Go slow as you move into lizard pose. It's a longer pose, so we're going to take time to settle in. When you try out different angles, maybe lowering one forearm or both forearms, it's going to feel different. Find a spot you can hold. Releasing all the tension out of that hip area. Keep using your ujjayi breathing even though we're in a slower pose. Stay connected with that breath, that being, the power of now. Notice maybe if that tightness and tension moved out of the hips. Are you holding it in the shoulders? Shoulders. Soften the space around the eyes. And we're gonna, on the right side, go nice and slow. Wiggle both of your feet back to down dog. Take any little in-between stretches that feel good. Maybe getting in the back of the legs with a little walking the dog. And then we'll inhale left foot high to the sky. Exhale, let the foot land on the outside of the left pinky, lower the right foot. And the right knee, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. You might even turn your chest over to that knee a little bit and just press softly, trying to create space in the hips. And then, of course, moving down to wherever lizard pose feels good for you today. It can be different every time you do it. Being okay with where our body's at today. Relaxing into the tension. There's a lot of hip stretch going on here. Soften the shoulders. All right. Press those hands into the mat. Lift back to down dog. We've collected our energy. Let's flow again. Inhale through the nose, open mouth, exhale. On with that exhale, hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift, shine your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Hands come overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, down by the side. Next inhale, hands come overhead. Exhale, hinge out the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, find length in the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Take it through plank or chaturanga, or skip it and meet in down dog. Inhale, right foot goes high to the sky. Try to keep those hips square to the mat. Exhale, plant the foot, come up high, lunge. Sweep those hands forward, deep bend in that front knee. Again, we pull this right hip back into its socket, just like warrior one, keeping those hips square. Relax the shoulders. All right, we're going to exhale, bring hands twist to the right with the left elbow hook onto that right knee. Press the palms together, pull your belly button up to the spine. Let the gaze go over to the right. We're going to hop our left foot to the front of the mat. Keep your elbow and arm connection. Keep your left foot in the air. It doesn't have the name. We're just rounding through the right foot, playing around with this bouncing pose. All right, return to that high lunge position. Drop the right foot and inhale back to center. Exhale, warrior three. Lift the back foot off the mat, grounding through the right. Let the chest be parallel with the floor. Standing splits, drop the hands to the mat. Our left foot goes high. Grounding through the right foot, release your head to the mat. Shake out the head. Nice job. All right, bend the knee, place the hands on the mat. 3 hops off your right foot. Handstand practice. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Plant the hands, step back, take it through chaturanga, or skip it, meet in down dog. Nice job. Use that breath, the power of your breathing. And then back to center. Inhale, left foot high to the sky. Keep the hips square. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Come up high lunge. Sweep those hands forward. We settle into high lunge. Feel the front of that right hip flexor opening up. Deeper bend in your left knee. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, prayer hands, twist to the left. Right knee, left knee, right elbow. Sorry, I don't think I explained that one very well. It doesn't have a name, so we're just gonna lift the right foot off of the mat and try to balance on the left foot. Keeping that elbow and knee connection. It's kind of like the revolved half moon, but we have this prayer hand position. Nice job. Step it back, high lunge, sweep those hands forward. Exhale, warrior three, right foot lifts, grounding through the left. You got this, keep your core pulled up and in, hips square to the mat. Drop the hands, standing splits, grounding through left, kicking up with the right. Release your head and shake it out. Plant the hands on the mat, bend the left knee, 3 hops. Keep your right foot in the air, popping off the ball of the left. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Step back, take it through chaturanga vinyasa or skip it, knee and down dog. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Inhale, right foot high to the sky. Exhale, plant the foot, come up high, lunge. Sweep those hands forward. This time we're gonna exhale to easy twist. So left hand comes to the inside of right foot, and right hand reaches high to the sky. Pull your belly button back to the spine. Look down at that left hand. Make sure you're stable in the shoulder right over the wrist. Side plank, roll onto the left outer edge of the foot. Right foot stacks on top of left. Modification or lifting your top leg to make it harder. Nice job. Come back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or onto your belly. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Building heat, guys. One more side. Inhale, left foot high to the sky. Exhale, plant the foot. We come up high lunge. Sweep those hands forward. Deep bend in the front knee. Exhale, easy twist. Right hand on the inside of left foot. Right hand stays high. We stay in easy twist until we feel nice and stable through that right wrist, grounding through the right hand. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. Beautiful job. Side plank. Take your modification, take your variation. Keep the hips lifted. And returning back. One more chaturanga. Or skip a bean down dog. Exhale, send those hips high to the side. All right. We're gonna drop down, open the hips for a frog pose. So we're gonna go really wide into the hips in this stretch. And release some of that heat. Just go. So the hips should be pretty open. We're about 45 minutes into practice. Frog pose, you still have to move really, really slow to get into. So bring your knees as wide as you can. That feels comfortable. Less weight are in your hips when your hands, when you can press the weight into your hands, kind of lifting your chest. As you lower your forearms, you'll feel the stretch move into a different part of the hip. So as you go forward and backwards or lift up and down, you'll feel different angles of frog pose. Making it yours. Find the space that you can open today. Keep your belly engaged so your belly button is still pulling back to the spine. And use your breath to release. A few more breaths. You got this. The last deepest exhales of this pose. All right, press the hands to lift your chest. Wiggle the knees out of this pose, closer together, really slowly. And then we're going to make our way over to our backs. All right, we're going to do a couple bridge poses and maybe come into a full wheel. If you want a block for restorative bridge, we're going to hold this after do a couple bridge poses. So yeah, just grabbing one block. You can have it at any length. It's just really nice for restorative. You want one, Sandra? Sure. Okay, I'll bring you one. All right, so we'll do 2 bridges, and then if you want to end with the wheel, or we'll move to restorative. So bring your heels to your body, and make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Wiggle your shoulder blades underneath you. And then on an inhale, lift the hips, first bridge pose. Try to grab your hands underneath you. Wiggle your shoulders underneath you as well. Press your chest up towards your chin. And then release your blades, your glutes from doing any work. Release the hands, come up onto the tippy toes, go down one vertebrae at a time. Really slow. Windshield wiper the knees side to side, low back release. If you feel a ton of low back release, we need to strengthen the core. All right, back to your second bridge. Bring those heels back so you can touch the heels. And then an inhale, presses through the heels, lift the hips, grab those hands together. You're pressing through the heels, but you're not using your hamstrings or your glutes, so release the muscles. Feel the natural curve of your spine. Press your chest towards your chin. Release the hands, come up onto the tippy toes. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. All right, if you're up for a third bridge, we're gonna set up for that. Or one modification is wheel, bringing your hands to your ears. Or you can skip the third bridge and move right to restorative. We're all gonna be restorative at the end. So on an inhale, lift the hips, bridge or wheel. Press through those heels, beautiful wheels, guys. Maybe you can try to come up onto the tippy toes, create more space in the hips. Yeah, beautiful, nice lift, seat up of that spine, loving it. Slow and controlled, come down. Coming out is sometimes the hardest part, yes. All right. You can windshield wiper these one more time. And then we're all going to meet in a restorative bridge here. So bring the block right under the back of your tailbone. And for if you at home, you can grab a pillow, or if you have a block, you can also take this restorative pose. Yes, there's a few modifications here. If you've never tried restorative bridge with your legs long, you can check that out today. The hardest part is staying balanced on that block. Don't let the block tilt forwards or backwards. Beautiful release, yes. Taking this time to tune back in. Maybe you're turning to that dedication or attention. Five more breaths in this pose. Try to really relax into it. We'll remove those blocks and come fully onto our backs. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Wrap the forearms around the shins. You can rock side to side. And then we'll pull our forehead up to the knees. Squeeze yourself into the tiniest little ball that you can. Massaging our organs. Pull a little tighter. And then release. We'll come into happy baby. Grab the outsides or the insides of those feet. Again, you can rock side to side if you like that. Massaging the low back. Or just pulling fully into happy baby. Trying to get those knees to the outside of the rib cage. Coming from frog pose, you should feel pretty open in your hips. Maybe noticing one side a little different than the other. Maybe straighten one leg at a time, see what that feels like. All right, we're gonna bring the knees to the center of the chest and then drop them over to the right for a supine twist. Lift the hips back towards the center of the mat. Wiggle the shoulder blades so your spine's nice and long. Drop the knees to the right and then the gaze to the left. So you're twisted from the hips up through your spine, through the neck. Try to keep those shoulder blades on the mat. The left hip stacked on top of the right. Gently come back to center. Find that neutral spine, maybe having to lift those hips, readjust. And then pull the knees back to the chest and let them drop over to the left, maybe wrapping the top leg around the bottom leg. Keep your hips in the center of the mat, so usually having to lift them, bring them back. Wiggle your shoulders up the mat. Try to keep the shoulder blades grounded. Gaze goes to the right. If it's uncomfortable on the neck, maybe try to pick up the head, turn to the right, and then let the head go back down. Come back to center. Find that neutral spine. And then at this time, I'll give you guys a minute to take any last stretches that's calling you in today. Really love the blades today. I'll give you guys a full minute, so feel free to move up to the wall, to stand up, to get any last stretches in. Always having a sense of this is my practice. What does my body need? Our body cannot lie to us. We need to listen to it. It's a little more push or a little more recovery that will change day to day. And then going into our final pose of class, Shavasana. Nice out. We'll let the legs go long, let the toes roll out to the side. Maybe left hand finds heart, right hand finds belly. Tuck the chin down towards the chest. Keep the spine nice and long. Any thoughts that come over the next few minutes, simply observe them and let them go. Watch them leave as soon as you see them come. And welcome to Shavasana. Inviting movement back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe rock the head side to side. Just feeling things come back to life. Making better the eyes open. When you're ready, reach those hands overhead like it's the first stretch of the day. And using this to roll over onto your favorite side. Arm as a pillow. Right side for grounding, left side for energizing. Which could be nice midday. And then pushing out to a comfortable cross-legged position. With the back of the hands beyond the knees. Tall through the sit bones. Close the eyes, gently bow the head. Inhale the hands overhead. Exhale the thumbs down to your third center. Here we're all connected. The thumbs down to the lips. Here we speak our truth. And the thumbs down to the heart. Press your chest back to the thumbs. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Monday afternoon. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.